Okay, guys, to start off, I'm no professional player. I am not trying to say there's a right and a wrong way to do things, but I'm a pretty high skill level player. Um, I'm SMFC, as you guys can see, but I wanted to do a play-by-play today about just how I play the game and what I've adapted to. So before I start this play-by-play, it's gonna be a long one. Um, this is in my skill level also. It actually ends up in a tie, and I really just want to go over this video to show and explain the decisions I make during this game and how I think things through. Because I've seen really good people, and for example, like I'll play on CSGO, and this is where a lot of mixed skills will be playing in one game. And when I play on CSGO, I could see some people that have some pretty on par aim to me, yet they're, I don't know, like Nova 1s or something in matchmaking, and that's because of how they make their decisions. I want to go over a few things before I start this, though. Some just general question and answers. A lot of people ask, do you need a good setup in order to do good in this game? Well, to answer that question, it's no, because I played with 40 FPS, a ball mouse, and stock Dell keyboard. Now, do I play with that today? No. I played with that until double AK, and then I eventually upgraded. Also, I was playing with speakers, not even a headset. Let me tell you, headset makes a big difference. Out of everything, I think the headset was the only thing that I found really worth it. But you can use earbuds. Earbuds will work. You won't be able to communicate with a team, which is really important too, but you can still type. Earbuds will work though. Something that will help you excel in matchmaking also. Do not be the guy that only ops and he's like, give me an op. And the only thing he does with an op. If you're playing bad with an op and you keep buying an op, you're going to destroy the economy of your team. And it's not going to be good. So, with that being answered, I will get into the demo here. It's going to be a long video. If you want to just see the parts where I am playing, I suggest you fast forward through this video, because I won't say anything crucial to gameplay other than when teams make certain things, I may make assumptions, and I will explain those. But it's nothing amazing to my own individual gameplay that you can interpret. It's more of a guess on my kind of background that I'm getting from the other team. Yeah, turn the volume down. Alright. I find warm-ups to be very helpful, by the way. I think it helps you get a little bit of understanding from the other team. A lot of people say it's a bad thing, but it'll explain their playstyles on how they peak and so on. If anybody wants my crosshair, by the way, it will be a part of the crosshair map, if you guys have ever seen it. It is in the back wall. It's Moe's, I believe. Alright, so starting out, I buy armor. And I do a lot of inspecting my knife, by the way. I don't know why. It's just a habit from back when I had a knife, I guess. I start by peeking mid, trying to check T-spawn to see if anybody's peeking. Then I keep this angle for cat. Notice that shots have been fired in B. Instantly rotate, of course. I like to play this, but sometimes people are just really good and will headshot you instantly. Usually, I suggest when you play that spot, if you can get one pick and then back up, because otherwise you're going to just get pre-fired like I just did. I will try to point out like the wrongs that I've done and the rights if I can. But once again, this is going to be opinion based and it's nowhere near facts. But if you're at a lower level, maybe it'll explain some things for you. So I do this almost every time if I lose pistol round on CT. I buy no Kevlar, like no head armor, and a pistol. And I'll sit up here really close and cat. And just like that, I get a kill like 90% of the time. Unless there's two guys rushing, I can pretty much get them. I've known that they took cat, so I instantly came back. I know that bomb is down now. This was a miscommunication on my team. There was decoy mid, and I was pretty sure someone called mid. So I was like, okay, so I'll be fine. And I just didn't even see the guy. Like, it was a mind game, really. Sadly, I believe we lose this one. This is where I have to make a decision if I want a pistol armor again. And my team decides they do. If you're doing it right, you should still be able to buy by third round, depending on kills you get and just certain economy things. You'll be able to buy third round just like you normally would. Depending on what you buy also, you might want to buy just Kevlar, especially on CT side, so that you don't have to buy the head armor. This guy flashes me. I just end up backing away. I don't want to peek something at long range with a pistol. My team calls out that there's a push long, so I come back. I try to help out. I'm actually getting a little bit suspicious now that no one has pushed cat after that flash. So I start pushing up to check mid. I see the guy. Get a scout. This guy just destroys me. I'm in a bad position to peek. I should have checked it before I crossed instead of just running for that gun. So that's a lesson right there. Do not get blindsided to pick up a gun. Just not a good thing. Another thing very important, if you haven't watched it already and you are newer, one of the biggest videos I think that helps a lot of my newer friends to Counter-Strike is there's a video by Curse of how to peek, and basically it just tells you to keep your crosshair along the wall, and then that way you're pretty much on the person. That we all laughed about right there because of the position he was playing. That is some next level positioning by that guy. I'm gonna guess he did it by sound. I'm not 100% sure, either that or he's just stupid. But that was really unexpected, and that's the kind of things that will come out with a positive income. Peek long. I was getting shot at for the most part. I could see the shots, and I could shoot back there. That guy should have been able to kill me. Normally I can just run right past and people need to take a little bit more time to peek out, but because of that smoke they had on the corner there, that guy just ran out and I had to fight him. Now I like to play on this side because it's not as expected and you're in a little bit more of a advantage here, because the gun will usually peek out before the guy unless he's looking right in your corner, which most of the time they're not. That gun will peek out and you'll know beforehand when they come out of the doors. Now I'm just walking out. I know that no one here is long now. I can come up behind mid, which is a crucial thing. I got bombed down on cap now. And I knew there was one guy mid. I wasn't really sure where he went. Now I see him lower. Team knows he's lower. I can get an op. Now there's a few places he could be now. Since he went there, he can either go T-spawn, he can come B behind us, which I was telling my team to look since I had T-spawn, or he could be hiding somewhere in B or in tunnels or out by T-spawn also. So we give him a little bit of time to see if he'll push anywhere. He doesn't. So at this point we have to realize if we want to try to fight him and see if it's worth losing our guns to get him, and we decide it's not because we've been saving for the past few rounds. So now I've picked up an op. We have 2 ops actually. And the team decides that they want me to play mid, which I don't know if that was the best idea, but I haven't opt that much recently, so I do the same peek every time for mid. It seems to be my most effective way. This one you need to be careful of though. Double scoping mid is a very dangerous thing because you cannot see if someone's pushing doors. I get the call that there is a lot long. However, I still want to make sure no one's coming cat because usually people won't 5-man long. Another important thing is always to take a guess shot like I just did over there by the smoke. It's not going to hurt anybody. It's not going to slow you down. If you're looking somewhere, you might as well take that guess and see if you could get somebody. Now this guy just walks out, and luckily my team has just cleaned this up for me, and I can get a easy defuse. Now this Ioanonic guy on the other team, pretty much this whole game we were complaining about. And you'll see soon why, because this guy will not move at all. So I try to ask them to count for the cross. I see one. Usually after that first shot I will not re-peek mid. It's just dangerous. Especially with the new add to the op, where now I saw that nade come from lower, so I'm going to adjust down. Now I need to be wary. See, that's exactly why I don't re-peek mid. Although I am going against my word right there. See, at that time I expected the guy mid not to be watching mid about a minute into the round. And this guy did it the whole game. And it just pissed me off so much. I really hated playing this game against that guy solely because of that reason. He would just sit mid. If you look on the minimap to the top left right now, he is still mid. He is not moving. He's just going to keep watching mid. And if they're smart enough right now, they actually should know that there's only one guy at B. And I believe that's what they're trying to set up for right now. But one guy can make a difference when you got one guy long and one guy mid. And you're only going to have 2 possible people pushing B. That guy spotted long, so this guy's just moving over. He wants to make sure that there's no rush coming in from the team trying to get a bomb down there. That guy got another pick mid. Bombs down. That guy should not have pushed out. Time ran out. It took way too long. That's the disadvantage of being this guy that just waits mid the whole round. I mean, it paid off. His teammates just couldn't capitalize on it, really. So I think I will probably try to peek this guy mid this time. And I fail. At this point, I realize that peeking CT against this guy is not going to work. He's got fast enough reaction that I just can't do it. And at that time, you have to understand that when opping mid, especially on Dust2, where he just keeps getting kills, if you peek mid doors against someone with a fast enough reaction time, you're not going to win. You will shoulder peek before you can actually even see around that corner. And he's going to win every time. Unless you're lucky and he misses, which at a higher skill level doesn't really happen that much. So, yeah, sorry, I have Steam messages. I'll just ignore it. But like I was saying, in mid, you have to realize that when peeking CT, not T, but when you're peeking CT side, and if someone can kill you fast enough, you're not going to be able to win the fight ever unless you get lucky and he misses. Which, to be honest, mid doors peeking is not really that hard of a shot to hit, so it's not going to make a difference. Plus, with the new add-on to the op, where it makes you walk, it is insanely hard to peek mid from CT side. So you just need to know when to give up those battles. This time I just decide I'm not going to play mid against that op anymore, so now I'm going to play close cat. This is something that a lot of my teams, like when I play with people, they don't understand that I'm playing close cat, which is basically still mid. It's just I don't want to be opping mid. I want to play mid, it's just I'm going to be playing from cat, which is a lot more better of a position. Once again, playing the same angle. This is a very strong angle, and I will suggest to play it a lot. Take a nade. It's not crazy damage. I know someone's lower now, though. Or at least near lower. After not peeking for a while, I adjust my aim back up. Once again, someone just comes around the corner. And I get opt mid. That was my bad. Sometimes you get a little bit too excited with your aim. Like, you think you can just take on the world. And it's one of my bad traits. I am a very aggressive player, and you'll see that a lot from this this game where I'm peeking on cat. But I should have took a smaller and wider angle on cat, and then noticed that guy had an op, and I should have backed up, and I shouldn't have tried to peek that again. This time I just rushed tunnels. I wanted to come behind this guy that was opping, because we knew he was staying mid for a very long time. Unfortunately, this time he did not stay mid, and I wasted a lot of time going through T-spawn when they have A. Although it's not total loss, I can still flank A site. But with a pistol at long, it's not going to be the best. My 5.7 could use some work, but I decide at this moment that I'm just going to try to get some extra kills. I really, at that moment, I didn't expect to live. I didn't really expect to get 2 kills. I wanted just 1 kill, really. And that was just to hurt their economy. I mean, if you know you're not going to win something, Always aim for the economy. Try to make them lose as much money as you can so they're not stacking up on money. Right now they have 3 ops, and that's really bad on their economy. And it's really bad on their overall play. Eventually it's going to be the reason they lose, actually. Just like that, where you're peeking out with an op. You can't come out of long with an op when there's someone close. Unless you're a god. Just quickscope people. This moment I'm just trying to hold long. Eventually I'll probably just push this. You have to think in your mind, like, have they pushed mid yet? Like, you have to think what the other team has done. Have they moved outside of long yet? Do they expect me to push here? That moment I saw the side of him, and I got that guy. In that moment I probably said I got that fucker, because he was still on T side. Now I got a nice new Asimov. Actually, I forget to get head armor here. Oh, nope, there I go. I have to decide if I want to play long or mid now. I know mid, I'll lose against that guy. So I decided I want to go long. Oh, no, I decided I want to play in cat. Which is not that bad with an op. However, if they do rush cat, I'm pretty screwed. It's not the best, but it's still a pretty good spot. I know they're rushing B, so I can just jump down here and hold lower. I'm gonna actually push it. That was some of the best reaction timing ever. Best quickscope ever. And then I get killed by that guy. I swear, he is a god at just sitting there and holding positions. The guy was really good, and it was a fun game against him. Pissed me off, but it was a fun game against them. I don't know if you guys can hear the chat right now, but it was the guy that I quickscope lower. We were talking, like, saying that it was inhuman. That was some Hiko inhuman reaction shit right there. So it's always fun just to mess around with the other team, you know. If you're not having fun in this game, then you really shouldn't be playing it. I know that they're rushing long right now. However, like I said, when people don't really dedicate themselves all to long. I traded that kill. This is some silver stuff right here. But I get the op. Important to save those. Got the round, so it's not that bad. Now 6-6. This is a pretty, like, close game pretty much the whole time, actually, to be honest.
Let's go. Let's go. I'm throwing smoke.
If we would have got CT pistol round, we probably would be winning this one, actually. Once again, same position. You don't wanna be careful here, because if you push up too far along that wall, lower can see the tip of your head, and you cannot see lower. It's a terrible, terrible thing in Counter-Strike. Taking shots, so I just hide behind this because they can see me apparently, and I can't see them. I like to jump on top of this box. I can see over the smoke that way. Usually I can only see the tip of their head. No one really looks up at that point either. So it's a good advantage. We know the last guy was long, I'm pretty sure right now. We have a guy waiting outside. Now that the guy died long, he calls that he's going mid, so I have to slow down and be a little bit more precautious. He flashes me, I just wait. He doesn't know I'm already waiting here for him, so just wait and he walks right into your crosshair. That would have been played totally different if I heard him going towards mid instead of along that wall, but I knew he was along that wall, so I just held that one little angle. my go-to position on cat. You have to be careful because people will try to counter this by going suicide and trying to go up cat really fast. No, he doesn't have an op, so I can actually fight this gunfight. I end up getting him. Now I have control of mid because I took that guy and no one's here. Easily, I can push up mid. Now I'm behind them in long. However, I don't know if one's CT. Now we know one's clearing CT. We know he's, well, that's the last guy actually, so we knew he was long. A very important thing, if you're having problems with aim, is to just learn where headshot level is. Like, that is so important. If you do not know where headshot level is, that should be your #1 priority, is learning where headshot level is. So hold your crosshair. And then after that, I don't know if they have a map for this, but this would probably be a very good map. Basically, if you could set up where you're holding an angle, and I'll explain this here in a second when I go on cat, but basically you have your crosshair already up and in a position, and you're kind of just waiting for people. So you wanna hit that shot exactly when they walk by, not so that you can just take people out as you hold a corner. Because when you're holding a corner, you have an advantage. You're already pre-aimed to where they're gonna come around that corner on a headshot level, and that means all you have to do is click, maybe adjust a little bit, but you're already there. They're not 100% sure where you are. That guy, I have no idea how got across. We must have been super late, or he got out really fast. I apologize for juggling through a couple subjects. I'm trying to explain as much as I can because it is a play-by-play, so it's basically what I'm trying to do. I just want to explain everything I can. Looks like we'll lose this one. Game has it up.
I am planting the bomb.
Once again, problem with having those ops is when you're just in that close range, it really sucks. Unless you can hit that quick skip like I did in lower, you're screwed. And if you miss that shot, you're just gonna get wrecked. Unless they suck and like they miss again, then you might have another opportunity, but it's highly unlikely.
Yes.
I believe we win this round.
Let's go. Let's go. Deploying decoy.
If I remember right, the strat was to go 4 cat, and we're gonna have 1 delayed long.
Fire in the hole.
This is to pull the rotators out of long to come back towards A and try to support A. Actually missed my entry frag. Got 2 entry frags. Now we know one's in pit, so that's our long guy can push. However, he failed. But we're still at an advantage, 4v3, and we have sight. Now we just have to deal with this guy that was long. Already racked up 3 kills and pistol rounds, so you know I'm doing well. I just cannot hit this guy. I eventually just give up. Don't want to give him any of the money for killing me. This is basically how I think the whole game, by the way. I just think about money. Making sure they don't get it. Just kind of preventing whatever I can. And access it, like you gotta access the rest of, if I'm risking this much money, will I take enough away from them and things like that.
Throwing flashback.
This is why I don't like the UMP.
I'm throwing a grenade. Smoke.
It's a little bit undecisive of a pattern. And we got ecoed. Just poorly played by us, basically. We should have had more going long. Would have helped push out long, and then they could have got the guy ramp really easily. Or we should have waited and not pushed the guy ramp and had long come out later. I decided we're going to Tech 9 armor. Or Tech 9. Some people will buy PT50s, deciding what you'll like. I throw a counter smoke that smokes off platform. And that way you can push out without having to worry about it. And you can move around this smoke and pretty much easily get on site. And then this guy just destroys everybody. And this is the moment where we said, fucking 5.7s are too strong. So now we're tied up. We lost our pistol round. I still have money. I was the only one to buy armor last round, but I still have money to buy. But sadly, I think the rest of my team doesn't. Yeah, one guy must have bought too much. Wrecker has close to no money. So we save, even though it's only that one guy. Actually, he bought armor this round. That's just where you need people to be cooperative. B-side is really good to push, by the way, when you're saving. It's just strong. So I don't want to make the same mistake by pushing out on that guy. However, he has a P90 and I have a pistol. Didn't work out too well. But I try to stop from making that same mistake that I did last time of pushing that door and just getting wrecked. Why not? Because this way I can just hold my angles. Sadly, I think we'd lose this. Yeah, it was so close.
Diffusing.
So now that this round's over with, we've stacked up a pretty decent amount of money by saving. So we got bombed down both times. We took away a good amount of money from them, and now we have a ton of money because we've saved twice. One of them is on Kevlar, which I guess doesn't really matter when you're on the T side. This guy's peeking mid. I decided I don't want to peek him because of I knew how his reactions were before when I was peeking CT side. I knew I wasn't going to win that fight, so I just back off. Once again, taking those guess shots is not a bad thing. And I actually saw someone on radar come up. And I tried to wall bang the wall there, but I saw someone on radar come up. Now we know one's there. I peeked the guy at door. We just got both guys along. We should have pushed along. However, I didn't know. I thought I got the only guy there, and I thought there's still one there. I decided I'm just going to hold mid here. Because when people, when you take A site, there's only a few places people can go. One, they're going to go mid, and they can go through CT. Or they're going to go mid, come through mid, and come up cat. Or they're going to come lower and come to cat. Then there's the super undesirable route of going through T-spawn, which is like unheard of because it's so far away. So you can sit on cat there and pretty easily control the rotators that come through. Now we know he's on B site. They call that he's running towards me. Still don't see him. Now we have people all around, and then we try to push him together. That way it's tradable. Another very important thing to do: try to be ready to trade in case someone dies. If someone dies, the least you could do is try to trade with that person and even it back up, make it 4v4 or whatever it is. Try to be even. They walled two guys. I really did not want to push this, but I had to because no one else was. And I missed that shot. And I missed that shot too. Sometimes I just choke on the op. I really don't understand what's going on. There'll be sometimes where I'll just hit it every time, sometimes I don't. And at that moment, you need to know that you need to stop opping. Because it's an expensive habit. And something you do not want to pay for. I would throw this op down to someone else, but this is Dust2, so having the op, if I can hit my shots, is going to be really useful. And I say that because when you think about Dust2, there's pretty much 3 major spots that people always play. The corner that I'm playing right now at long, back of plat at B by the box, and mid. Now all 3 of those can be taken very easily by an op. You can entry all 3 of those places with an op super easily, and you can get in any of those places. Like, it's so easy to take this map with an op. They're longer ranged corners and stuff like that, and you know they're going to be there too. It's something you can just preemptively peek very easily. It's something that should be easily taken. The only time you have to worry is when the other people have an op. Now we had 3 ops mid, so we all shot one after another. It was not really coordinated like that. However, it worked out really well, and 2 of them hit. So we got that opening pick. So now we're 4v5. Now we're 3v5 because we got a guy going up mid, because we know we have mid control after 1 is down. We know 1's cat after that peak. And then the last guy should be called out coming along. That was that long, at least. So we know he can either come through mid or he's going to go long. So I start peeking long. Did not think he would already be there, but he was. At this moment I'm sitting at 26 and 14, which I don't know about you guys, but I just don't feel like I'm doing that amazing right now in this game. Because if you watched it up to this point, you know that I probably haven't done anything super amazing to be carrying this team. Like, if I looked at 26 and 14, I just wouldn't know. Like, I don't even feel like I'm doing that good. But I guess, you know, if you get consistent frags, it'll work. Have a pick on A now. No, guys, A. After that, he shot me. That I was pretty. We pretty much faked him an A. I'm pretty sure. They thought it was going to be an A because of that cat pick, and it pulled that guy out of B. Actually, and brung him mid, which was unfortunate for me because he came up right behind me. But it put my team in B, so it was a worthy trade, I guess. Now it's not good because we have 3 ops holding B, though. This is where when you have too many ops, it's just not a good thing. And I'm pretty sure it won't end well either. Yeah. However, they don't have a kit, so it did end well for us. Never mind. Remember to always buy kits, guys. We're at a pretty comfortable lead right now, so, you know, I would think at this moment that this game's probably, like, in our hands, you know, we only need... only thing I'm really worried about, because it's matchmaking, is to get a tie. That's all I really want. I don't really care if I win or lose. But as long as I get a tie, I know it won't affect my game. And once I'm at that tie, I'm at a comfortable position. I'm flash, so I run along that wall and I crouch. No stupidly peeked by me, but like I said, I'm just an aggressive player. I try to take those peeks. To be honest, I didn't know he had an op, so I wanted to fight him if he had it in forward. If I knew he had an op, I would have just backed off. Um, if you have the eyes for it, you can see that kind of stuff real easily. Then, just judge it on what they're using. Don't peek it off mid when you have an AK. It's probably not the best decision. However, if you really need mid control, it's not the worst idea either to just go Xbox and kind of like play with them. Bait out a shot and then take your own shots at them. We have one guy left. He's gonna run this guy. Oh, this is funny. He watched him throw the op away. And we're like, yes, he's not gonna get it. And then he got it through the wall. Now they have 4 ops though. Once again, it is good to have 3 probably at most, but I don't suggest having 3 because if you have to fight more close range positions, it's not going to end well. But 4 is a little bit excessive, and this could hurt them. So I threw that smoke. Now I know, that they can't get through. The plat guy couldn't get me. But then someone peeked me through mid, which really screwed me over. I should have had more people come in with me. Is the thing. I shouldn't have tried to take that site on my own. If I had another person come in with me, they could have pushed through that smoke to the right and gone by car, and I could have gone on top of that box and got the guy plat. That was just 2 men easily taken B. That smoke for B is number 1. Like, if you have to rewind and look at that smoke, then look at it. But that smoke, if you want to take B, always throw that smoke. Like, there's no reason not to throw the smoke, because you want to take the actual site. That will limit the areas you have to check. But if they smoke you out on tons, then that's pretty much the only thing that could really screw you over. I guess you could, wait it out and then throw the smoke, but it's a very strong smoke to use if you're taking B. And I don't see any reason why you wouldn't use the smoke, to be honest. I believe, this round we are going to pistol rush B because how many ops they have. We should know that they're in a disadvantage. So now all we need to do is throw that counter smoke for the guy opping on platform and rush in because of the info that I had last round. See, now we're in sight. I don't care about that guy. I'm just going to instantly go for the plant. I shouldn't have pushed out. But we have sight, so. Once again, a successful eco. I mean, it wasn't a win, but we have bomb down. We took some guns away from him. I count that as a win for us. So now we're tied up. If I can find me. Now we're tied up. I don't have that comfortable lead anymore. Now I know we start getting our rounds.
Let's get this over with. Laying down smoke. Deploying flashbang. Flashbang.
Same smoke every time. This time I'm throwing a flash in with it though. They threw a smoke also, which really screwed me up because it was in my mid push, and I expected mine to have a little bit more of a gap. And I ended up just running right into that guy. So that's how you counter that smoke. If anybody ever uses it on you, just throw a smoke on tunnels. Do not throw a molly, because if you throw a molly, they can just run through it, and they'll have an advantage on you. I've done it many times. Like you just run straight through them all. You don't care. That smoke is just so strong. So we know we need to get around here. I end up armoring, pistol. Yeah, you try to buy what you can. We know we got B last time with just pistols. So this time we have somewhat of a buy. And I'm not going to play stupid and push out that door like I did last time either. I believe my team decided they want to try to mid to B instead. And they wanted my smoke. So I come mid. This flash actually failed, I'm pretty sure. Yeah. I get the two guys. I have to reload. Like, worst time ever to reload. I get double peeked. That might have worked. I could have ran to B. I was just really scared that there's still someone there. And I just wasn't 100% sure. So I ended up glass cannoning because they've been having a lot of control with an op. So I decided this time we needed an op, so I glass cannoned. I hit the guy through the wall. I decided I don't want to peek mid against that guy again, so I try to throw him off a little bit, come down here. And I just take another guess shot through the wall there. Try to peek mid a little bit more here. I know a teammate just died from cat. So there was a guy mid. I just saw another shot right there too. So I know there's someone there. I'm trying to just wait for him to peek me, but they're not. So I have to push up. I try to wait for him. They mollied him off, however. Game gets a good entry. Get the guy through the fire, which I barely saw. A lot of people disapprove of tracers, by the way. You can turn, basically, if you don't know this already, you can turn off your tracers from the receiving end, as in, like, if the terrorists are shooting you, or the CTs are shooting you, then you can see their tracers, and you can see your own tracers also. I personally like both of them, because I know if I'm completely off of somebody, or if I'm not. But other people say it's misguiding. If you didn't see what I did there, at first I was aiming up a little bit, where normal people will cross and sometimes peek, and then after a few seconds of no one crossing, I started to aim lower. And I knew there was only one there, but I guess they thought there was two. I still only knew there was one. It's sad to see me do that twice now. You really have to just sit back for those. This was the game-winning flank right here. We had a guy come up behind him. Got two of them, made him turn around. Patty got another one. That was game-changing right there. We were down, I think it was like 5-3. And two of them were only in sight. So they decided they want to just go A, because, you know, the last guy was B. They can take control of the site this way. Now he's not CT for a while. They know there's only two more options that they can go. He can go cat, and he can go long. Fortunately, both of them are looking cat. Heard a shot from long, and they take him out. They ended up going 32-21 in that game. It was alright. I think I could have done better. I personally did not like performance with the game. But yeah, that's my video. If you guys have any questions, feel free to ask me on the Reddit post that I'll put this on, or you can ask me in the YouTube comments, and I'll try to answer any of them that I can. I'm thinking about starting to stream. If you guys think it would be a good idea, uh, feel free to suggest anything you'd like to see, and so on. That's it. Peace, guys.